February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Go Law Offices. Oh. Hello, welcome back to Phoenix Wright is Attorney, where, whoopsie. Kinda cold open. It works. Mr. Wright, so, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? Phoenix, you should know a lot more than this child. The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. So clearly, he only done one of them. What's this in the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Hey, I was correct. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Or try to, at least. Alright, let's do it. Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's gonna be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Stop reading my thoughts. Huh? Look, we're in this together, right? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go. Science awaits us. February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, Underground Parking Lot. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Have you never heard of secondary crime scenes? Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in the evidence room. In their evidence room. No biggie. And they probably had cameras. Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. Then maybe we should care. The oil drum was empty. The oil drum, kicked over by the chief prosecutor, was brimming with water. Yeah, maybe we should go check that oil drum. My sister, erasing evidence of crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether that was blood on the floor or not, the water in the oil drum washed it all away. Hehe. Ignore the strength of my... Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. But luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. Can't just wash it away with a little water. And if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. But me? Why do I have to do it? I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the A button to press on it. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains. Are you playing CSI now? Or whatever that is? I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so, Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. The amount of blood, Phoenix, obviously. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood in the sole of the victim's shoe. It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to be more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans where we found a bloodstain, okay? Sure. See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah. This stuff's pretty handy, too. I saved my allowance to buy that. I'm not testing fluid. Can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they feel mentioned evidence that doesn't fit their view of the case. Let's drag that hidden evidence out to the light of day. Yeah. Feels like we're really investigating crime now, doesn't it? It didn't before. He's dead. Guess I should give the spray on anything suspicious. Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Star. You only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead and doesn't really get my mouth watering. Hello? Today's trial. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but no, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from the security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skyward stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective, she stabbed Goodman. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? Whose coat she's wearing? Detective Star. So you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me. They coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the Cough-Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, or fired. I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL9? What does she mean? If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even that, I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain-link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The whole of my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Star. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, the SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? There we go. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I ever handled. Marshall Goodman, a guy that you'll meet later, and Star. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any clearer than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those. Myself and the one other person you know well. Wait, could it be Marshall? Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean the police department security detail officer Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case. A hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this cursed office. I come here to meet an old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. And Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? She said she had 3 in the police department. Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, Rookie. What? Seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Miss Starr. Officer Marshall, is he are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases. He was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. My favorite cowboy. Okay. Salmon. Oops. This rope. Is it? Yep, they laid it in the... So wait. The victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. I do have a better one, though. Police department entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. Detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. Suppose it makes sense. Detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. It's like a kid in an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Were we not looking at a crime scene before? What's the handprint? The Blue Badger is still writhing around today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since yesterday. Got his batteries. I just can't help but feel he's going to do something naughty. The hell do you mean by that? Guard station? Yeah, Marshall. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room. Scene of the crime? Sure seems that way. Oh, what's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. Can't handle the cacti. Out of the desert. What I want to know is, this is a guard station. Where is the guard? I have a feeling I know who he is already. Oh, trust me, I do too. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. Light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. Bet we could use this computer to check out who went in and out of there. Evan's room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Or, hear me out, Detective Goodman's ID. I mean, it might work. Yipes, those sure are prickly. Must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually. How so? Encased in cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. It's more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. Leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... Wait, was that called again? Paunchy? Pinchy? I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho. But I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Just until she can figure it out. Gotta let her explore for herself. This swinging door makes this place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's now shut. You can't get in that way. And of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch. I'd say I'd be more of a yard myself. Okay. Okay. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please. Huh? Wasn't that... Oh. One steak lunch, please. Oh. It's you. Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need, steak lunch from the Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for despair. We caught our criminal, now we just need evidence. The criminal, you mean? You heard about the stabbing in the police department. Evidence room, right, pal? I don't know how to say this. Yes, we're aware. It's the biggest scandal to hit this station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here isn't gonna fill my belly. Bye? Well, wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off on a running start. Detention center. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? But yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down that road right now. It'll just get confusing. Ah. Hi, Megan's... Weem. Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrator against, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi, Meekins. Hi, greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Yes, we know it's Meekins. Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, sir. A little like a lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should you say this? I say this. Wait, he isn't. Is he? You. Officer Meekins. You didn't. Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What? Now this is an unexpected turn of events. His armband changed from red to a green. Ow. Sir, I'm Patrolman General Affairs, sir. Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard in the evidence room. That's right, sir, because the evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Did you really not know that? Then, sir, I happened to go into the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. This was a suspicious person in the evidence room, sir. A suspicious person, sir. Please stop. A suspicious person. Yow! The heck is this guy doing? So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. Bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one in the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. I want to hear about the victim first, I guess. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive, and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as stranger or total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department, devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why'd you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. And about your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Officer Meekins. Wait, what? I'm scared of knives, sir. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir. In my dream, I was an apple. Sir, I was being peeled. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Uh-huh. Awesome. No. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Yeah, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead. Doubt anyone wants more mysterious or dead bodies around here right now. Doesn't look like anyone's gonna help us much either. Why? Gee. Well, this place is classy today as it was yesterday. I'm sure it'll still be as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edgeworth's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. Guess we'll have to come back. But I don't know what to do with weekends. Oh, I meant to present that, actually. Hey! Why do you have that? That's from the day it was taken to the prosecutor's office. Detective Goodman's body was found in the trunk. So this means I'm a free man. Innocent. If this is a dream, sir, then I hope I never wake up. This is a dream. You better wake up right now. Nope. Nope. Okay. Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey, that's it, sir. That's it. That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. But now, sir. Now I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct. That card was the cause of it all. This ID card. Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could ever be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry on this one a little deeper. Finally. Crime details. Tell me what it is that you do remember. Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost patrolman. Lost little lamb indeed, if you will. I know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room, sir. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, sir. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me. What? Sir, I assure you, I was flustered as you are right now. So I whooped him. Whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, sir, everything went right. When I woke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if the body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I've been trying to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here. They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the evidence clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape. From the security camera. The crime. My crime. The crime. I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on the tape. And you waited until now to tell us this? I'm sorry. Really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we better go check out the crime scene. Thank you for telling me what to do. After you didn't. What? Oh. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the chief detective's desk. It's Police Chief Khan. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if anything's missing. Sir, I'm sure it's likely totally perfect. I checked all of his drawers. Lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat buckets, hats. Under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, do you? Yes, sir. We'll scout this place again. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Righto, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Ho, Chief Grant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Edgeworth. Is Edgeworth gonna be okay? Oh, Worthy. Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boys since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, righto? Uh-huh. Alleging he was undefeated in his 40-year career, but in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? What? It's downright odd, I tell you. A detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean. They're being the prosecutors, I assume. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? No, Redo, can't give away all our secrets like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detective's trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier. Huh, you saw that? Whoops. Wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. Discreetly? Does Phoenix know the word discreet? Either Detective Gumshoe or the Dancing Blue Badger. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Uh-huh. There was that business with him not reading the officer's report. Ah, about the killing at the police department, right? Chief Police was right about that, but I can't help but think. Somehow the police department doesn't like Edgeworth. It's not helpful though. It's me. How many fingers do you see? I'm sorry, I don't know. Well, it's 20 for the left, but nowhere near that for the right. Get glasses, officer. That wasn't a salute. That was a night test. Make a good pair. I was hoping that would be useful. Police mascot, is it? The Blue Badger, future star of the police force. Sign's a little change from the one outside. Oh well, the Dancing Blue Badger, trademark, and still under development, you see. You have it trademarked? Absolutely. It's cutting edge stuff. Very now. I showed this doll here to my daughter and she burst into tears. I'm sure they're moving back up outside then. You'll give her nightmares. Okay, but the one outside is so much better than that creepy doll. Oh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief police want you to do? Well, see over there, that's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. Took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So, nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report. It's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? Date on February 21st. Better make a note of that just in case. Should really get back to investigating. Does that mean I can finally present? Okay. So I know why I have that. It's because he lost it, and I know who has it. Who had it when Meekins was there. Yeah. Because he lost his ID card. Permission to enter. There we go. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Now, Wright Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. No, I do. Right. Wright please do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, say I could have $50, then I'd give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you never know until you ask. And for you here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this detective's ID card, isn't it? It's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. You just run along now. Do your best now. Later, folks. Bye. Looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl. Or maybe just Meekins. I was hoping that would be a thing. Okay, we gotta go back to go forward. No. Evan's room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Can. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha. Card reader's turned off, see? What's the security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina's sky so gray? I'm Marshall. Officer Marshall. Why does it have to be him? What do you mean? You should be glad it's him. It's not like... It was pretty in pink. And it's not May, because I don't like May, but I like Marshall. What's that? Why does that have to be him, look lord? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw. That card you got there on your chest. It's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scene's awaiting. Looks like card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then. Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. But I have something that you might like. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on the television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what this means. Steak lunch, given to Officer Marshall. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask. Yeah. Anything? Finally, seems like he's willing to talk. Stop finishing my thought. It's not even a sentence, it's a thought. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of the security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes there, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins of the detention center told us. Oh, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and call him Meekly. He told us something. Said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look like it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know. So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. Probably more a car, but you know. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. I like that stewed broccoli they sneak in your steak, you know? Miss Stars told us something. She said you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of a crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it, anyway? We heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the day of our case. That's right. Evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals, too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman are on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're a security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID that passes through. So many 7s. 874958 and... Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under presiding detective supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? Goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. That happened to SL9 2 days ago. Sheriffs back in the Wild West didn't place much faith in evidence. About the only thing that they trusted was their shooting hand. This is neither the Wild nor West here. Aha. But that and this are 2 different things entirely. I guess so? Huh? I'm lost. See this? This is a victim's ID card. Oh, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. Number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Yup. 2 of 598, 1 of 87, and 1 of the multiple 7s. Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. I gotta go evidence room first. It's quiet. An investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Hello, Gumshoe. Whoa! What did you two just do to each other? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is true what I heard? I can't do his voice again. Yeah, it's true. So cheaply it's gone. Won't loan anyone $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're the boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm going to take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. Having a locker in here too, detective? Of course, I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning and the end for Mr. Edgeworth. But the DL6 one was. Jesus. Can you tell more about that case? This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed, so that only one detective can open it. With their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. I mean, you could, but... Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. A lax for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. Hey! So the only locker we can open is our own. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. Let's check to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handle is a sensor. And if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happens, my hand will be black and smoking every day. In case locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Heaven's locker. Could you take a look at this? This is an ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard of these rumors. So is Goodman, who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? Second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Do you have to... Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Let me check this first. Wow, lots of information. Wow, even more information. I'm sorry, I have to laugh at it. I'm gonna assume that the two are Meekins. Sure. There's a glove here. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? Here you go, pal. Make me to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Grab a glove. Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit. Locker's coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. Must have taken the contents elsewhere. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from The Case. The Case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on the pieces there? And a piece of the SL9 evidence. Wonder what shape these pieces were. You want to try and put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I'd give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Piece looks like at the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh. I just need to look for sharp. I didn't realize, sorry. I didn't realize I could rotate it. Combine. This is very weird. No. Yes. What? What do you mean no? Okay, I guess no. Oh, because it's this one. And then it's this one. Ah! And then it's this one. Nope, not that one. This one. Oh, thanks. It's... Ah, sorry. This one? With like a jagged piece at the bottom, so this one. And a kind of jagged... It's more rounded than jagged. Yeah. What do you mean, no? Still missing a piece, though. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some pieces are still missing. Yeah, I got that for 2 in 2 minutes myself. Problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? But they were missing to begin with. Still, doesn't look like most able to kind of jar. Kind of understand how it got broken. Pieces missing. Put the pieces together and makes a jar. 2 things that bother me. 1, why are some of the pieces missing? 2, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure I remember that next time I make a jar. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art, and it has the blue and yellow paint there. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the blue badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here, in the evidence room? Question for choices, Gumshoe. What's this? Blood? It's a little warm. It's definitely a handprint there. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright, what if there's other blood stains in the room? You should use your testing fluid to check it out. I have to Prasanna. Fine. Okay, how do I do that? What if I want to do that? Won't open. Did you really think it would? Hey, pal, hard security is high tech around here. What do I do with it? I want to use it. Oh, that's cute. Has her name on it. Do I have to wait for Gumshoe to go away? What if I don't want to? Cloth. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. Guess it must have been evidence for some case. Wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. Here you go, pal. Making me some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, but the evidence locker was opened recently. How do you know? Leave things hanging out like that, evidence gets dirty or ripped. Guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detectives responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. But he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. We love the random corridor. Let's make sure we get all those evidence here. Guess that's a piece of evidence. You know, I never did care for the word tag. It's confusing. What's so confusing about it? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag. Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What are we playing? A word game now? Nope. Sorry. Meant the blood splatter. Hey look, they're hard to make out, but there's some dark red stains here. Looks like blood. Do you think Detective Goodman's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed? Not likely. Blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. There was evidence in SL9. This might be what blood got on it. Okay. I just need to start presenting things to him too. That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. It's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system. Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day. Were you at the awards ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What drive Prosecutor's guide to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really could do it. Someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. My crown achievement, my masterpiece. But art is always misunderstood, pal. Art? He was dancing proudly on the day of the award ceremony, but there were a lot of people coming and going after the ceremony, so he took the blue badger away for a while. Really? Why? Oh, they said it was shameful or something like that. Shameful. I toiled night and day. I sympathize with Detective Gumshoe, but I can see why they moved it. Oh. Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was more surprised than anyone. Was that a Snow 9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. It's the first time the world knew Edgeworth was made to be feared. But why would Edgeworth from that case turn up now? Guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left on that case. Does that mean you're finally going to tell me about it, or am I going to have to continue to present things to you? Thank you. Now, that was a bloody, violent case. Violent, so it's murder. A serial killing. Serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. The killer made a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth built his case around it to nab him. And this was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight, and started the rumor mill. Rumors. Not forged evidence. Supposed to be all cleaned up with transfer the other day. His last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, you see. So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself? Lacks faith in the flock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead. Oh, right. I did need to know that, didn't I? I would rather him be shot than us. Oh, that's the personal pull. And the metal detector. You better not keep the dog in here too, sir. And, don't think I've ever seen this one. Bug sweeper. A cheap looking box? Man, what else do I have to find for you to move? Go to what? Oh, my goodness. Here we go. I can freaking spray it. I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you'll testify I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. Jot it down on the floor plans. Count it off the cast. Believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective. And you see what they've done. To multiple people at this point. Ow, Lord. That must have been one massive pool of blood. Never seen anything like it. Not professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of that locker. Make note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Maybe don't call it pale blue blood. Okay. Again, can we stop with the CSI stuff? Why am I getting a reaction here? No reason for the murder? Touch this spot if you fled out the door. This might just be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What's this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I was borrowed $50 from the chief. Where did you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down before plans. Hey, pal, listen, look at the time. Is there something you need going to? It's just that Mr. Ezra's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to give him my report for the day. Might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? That says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. You can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. Should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Finally. How was I supposed to know that it would change on that one? Police department. Underground parking lot. High prosecutor. There we go. Oh, thank God. New. Oh, Jesus. New things. Room 1202. You. I guess. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, teacup in his hand. Hello. Right. He has a hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes. He brought me the latest information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Apparently Phoenix isn't the only one that can't flip over something. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. Inquiry committee. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided not to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, if something happened, they gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gaunt. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've done only what I believe is right. I've nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. I know you. You probably got a hold of some information already, It's all to do with that case you were on. The SL9 incident? And some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in? You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. You must be talking about his father's murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth. Why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gaunt. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago, too, then. He's a top officer. This was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. He won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't. Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. Oh, right. I better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went in the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Gaunt, no less. Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief has never wanted to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. I know why. Stubborn as always. I told you it has nothing to do with the current case. By the way, Emma, chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? He was still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints? It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, really? No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting's up. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. Do you remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere? Move. 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 Okay. Damn. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here in this blood on detective evidence locker. This is a secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. I'm starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With the A button, see? It looks like it did the trick. Aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Alright. Okay, I was supposed to say I can't blow. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. Might take some getting used to though. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. Just powder on thick and blow away the extra. Basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. So I better give it a try. Wahoo! I didn't know where the print was. Wahoo! Aha! You did it! You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now you mention it. I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? Person left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. It's like a smudge. Seem to be fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can get a clear print. Wahoo. Oh, come on. That's a clear as print. What do you want? How much more of a clear print do you want? Lower. Yay! A print so it's clear and dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Till you go through APHIS. Well, there's no point in finding fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. Point out the person that you think of these prints. How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. But a handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. Whose fingerprints would most likely be on the evidence locker. Whoever's locker it was, but I'll just it's a swirl type. Probably not hers though. Who else has a swirl like that? Oh, it is. It's Gumshoes. I was like, it's not Lana. No, because I have it on Gumshoe. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Gave me this so what look. Guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there's one other handprint. Let's go check it out. Oops. Right, there was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this? Check for prints. Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? Youth blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in the area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So it means no prints. But you see the probability of your hypothesis is high. Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find the prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the bloody hand. So, somewhere around here, maybe? Oh my gosh! You're whining at me again. Are you whining at me? What? It's a perfect print! Quit whining at me! You can only press A so many times before it starts to hurt. There we go. Lord. Okay. Who has like upper? Marshall. It's definitely Marshall's print. Hey, these fingerprints, who are they? Is this someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? That's gotta be coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. I was curious. Emma. That's sadly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. Luminal reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints. A wiped blood stain. But what with Officer Marshall? Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. There, Emma. We only have 5 more court trials to go to. Yes, please. Yeah, I looked at it. It's pretty awful. It's these two, it's former and latter, and then it's former, latter, and latter 2. So, hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully this wasn't too long for you guys. I probably cut about half of that because I was confused about where I was going, or went through literally all of the evidence because I didn't know what I was supposed to be presenting. How it goes sometimes. This is, I think, the last case in this section, but I could be wrong. But I think it's the last one in this, like, episode series or whatever. So, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys!